Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Latasha, or you can just call me Nanny Latasha. Okay, I know it's been probably a month since I recorded a video, and the last time, or I don't even know if I told you the last time that I was no longer going to be working with the family that I was with. My last day was probably beginning of the month or something like that. I can't even remember. But I was so excited because I was about to start a new family. So today, this video is going to be about my first couple of days with a family. Like, this never happened to me before. So today we're going to be talking about that and how my first day or days went with this particular family. So stay tuned. Okay, so hello, how are you guys doing? Happy Monday to you all. And first of all, let me start off by saying happy National Nanny Appreciation Week. It is going on all this week. So if you are a nanny, I hope that you're getting appreciated today. And if you are a family or a mom watching this, this is Nanny Appreciation Week. So this is the week that you should spoil your nanny, let her know or him know how much you appreciate them and you just adore them, taking care of your little ones and just helping you out in any way that they see fit. So moving on along to my story time. Okay, so I stopped working with my previously family because they no longer needed me, which was understandable. The 6-year-old, she's in school all day. They put baby girl, she's 2, they put her in daycare full time, and they got adjusted to it, got the swing of things, and she got over and got through most of the sickness and all that. So they no longer needed me. So I had went through well, it's a couple of groups on Facebook that you can go through and you can put your post and say, hey, I have X amount of years being a nanny. I'm in the market looking for a new family. So I did that, and I talked to a couple of people in my inbox, and I tried not to lead with saying, hey, I'm an agency owner, because I don't want them to be like, oh, you're a nanny agency owner, why are you looking for a job? It seems like some people just don't realize that I just started my business and I'm still growing my business, and I want to, continue to grow the business before I begin to do that full time. So I did talk to a couple of parents on there. They didn't, meet my requirements as far as pay. So, I just gracefully said, oh, no, thank you. Hope you find what you're looking for. So I went through an agency. I'm not saying no names or whatever. So I love this agency because she has placed me with like three families already. So I did the interview with the family, to take a couple of days. They do other interviews. So they wanted to go with me. And I was excited because through the Zoom interview, I felt like we would be a great team and we were a great match. So after that, we did an in-person meeting, and we, talked about schedule and timing, just general stuff, just getting to know each other and just to really see, how we feel with each other in person. So that went phenomenal. They told me my start date which was September the 12th, I was fine with that because I had like 3 weeks off with my last family. So what I did was that first week, I just laid low. I just relaxed, tried to regroup my thoughts and try to figure out how can I get my Open Heart Nanny name out there to get the potential clients, to get the constant, clients a week, and just to build up my business and just to get it going and get it flourishing. I did that the first week. Then by the second week, I was like, you know what? I want to do some backup care. I want to love on somebody's baby. I want to do some type of arts and crafts. So I did that my second week. third week, I did a little bit of backup care still, but towards the end of the week, I was off. I didn't do anything, so I was ready for Monday. Okay. Monday comes, I report to work. The mother-in-law, she was there, you know, because they just moved in their home and, you know, getting everything settled. And, you know, I'm sure she wanted to see her granddaughter. So first day was phenomenal. It was great. We got along good. We did a lot of talking. I helped unpack and gave a couple of ideas. I had to do the baby girl's room or whatever. So I was like, okay, yeah, I feel great about this. I feel real great. And before I left, Mom was like, yeah, I think we're going to be a great team together. I'm like, yeah, okay. You know, this is it. I got my next wonderful family. Okay, so I wake up Tuesday, and where I live at is like a 35-minute drive. And I know where I live at because I'm right here where the highway is at. So I know I have to leave earlier because it can get congested. School is in, and I'm right here like near South Carolina and North Carolina. So I'm fighting all that traffic. So I leave here at my home 10 minutes, 15 minutes early. And as I'm going to work, the highway, before I even can get on the highway, is just super congested. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, what am I going to do? So I was like, you know, don't panic. So I did a detour and went another direction. That direction was super packed too. And I'm just like, I gotta get to work. I gotta get to work. So what I did when I was sitting in traffic, I immediately notified the family, like, hey, I'm so sorry. Traffic is awful. I think it was like 2 accidents. I'm gonna be late, because it really was 2 accidents. It showed up on my GPS. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be late for work. This is my second day. I'm the type of person, I do not like to be late for work. I don't like for them to relieve me late. If you say I'm getting off at 4:30, I expect to get off at 4:30. So that's what I expect from them, just like they expect from me. So I'm already like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be late for work. I text them, and I think it took her a little minute to text me back. And each time I'm looking at the time on the GPS and saying, okay, you should arrive at your destination at 8:40. Then the traffic just seemed like it was not moving whatsoever. And the shortcut that I was going, it would have got me to the highway quicker. And I'm just like, no, nothing is working in my favor today. So I thought that I was going to get to work at least 2 minutes late, but I think I ended up getting there at like 9:09. So, you know, he was like, you know, I could just tell like the whole vibe in the house was different. It was a big shift, and I knew that they would be upset about that. And I was so upset with myself for being late. But I was like, I left on time. It's not at 8:30, trying to get to work at 9. I know that wouldn't have worked, and I wouldn't have got to work at 9:09. I probably got to work at like 9:30, 9:25. So I'm like, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I know your job is very demanding. It won't happen again. You know, very apologetic, very apologetic. So, you know, we continue out throughout the day, and I could still just feel the energy and the vibe from Mom. I was just like, oh, okay, she's really upset. Like, I understand, like, you can't be late. And like, of course, this is my second day. So, you know, I was taking care of the baby girl, or the baby. And, you know, she didn't cry with me. Like, you know how you meet some babies and they have to get used to you and your smell and, you know, your face. They got to get familiar with you. Some babies will just cry if they don't, you know, take to you. And if you're like, oh no, like it's going to take her a good week or two to get adjusted to me. That was not the case. The first day I met her, she smiled at me. She was talking with, you know, doing her baby language with me. So that lets me know that she was comfortable with me. And the way that they was doing, you know, her scheduling and raising her, I never, you know, did it that way. You know, every family raised that child different, and every family do everything different. So I'm coming in trying to figure out, you know, your schedule, you know, show me your schedule, and then I can implement your schedule, but do it to where it fits my need and her need, you know, the time that I'm going to be with her. And it just seems like every time, like, I understand the first day and the second day, I understand that you're like watching me, showing me what to do, and just seeing what I can do. It's just like, it was so much micromanagement. It was not good at all. It was just so, her presence was just so intimidating, and so it was just so much at one time. I knew that the baby was hungry because of her crying. You just know the cry of a child, like if they're hurting and if they're in pain or if they're just hungry, like, even though I only been with her, this was my second day, but when a child is hungry. So I was doing everything she had told me to do. When she's laying down, go in and give her the passy, let her try to self-soothe herself. I said, okay, I did that. I walk out. Then a few minutes later, she spit the passy out again and she was cranky again. And I assessed the situation. Okay, we already changed your diaper, so that rules that out. Let me check it again just to make sure you didn't poop, because sometimes babies poop and you can't really smell them, or whatever the case may be. I ruled that out. She had no bumps, no skirt, nothing else was wrong with her. So I knew it was time for me to give her a bottle. It was just, Tuesday was just a big old shift, because I believe that one day of me being late, it changed the whole dynamic of the vibe. And we talked about it and we sat down, and she was like, well, I'm the type of person, I like to bring stuff to the forefront. I said, I like that. I said, no one wants to come to work when they have to walk on shelves or scared to say something. I said, I'm not the type of person, whatever you tell me, I'm going to implement it. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to fight with you, because this is your child. This is your home. I just want to see what you were doing, so I know that I can do it too. And that way we'll be on the same page. It may not be exactly the way that you do it, because your mom is going to be the same way, but in my way. So I understood that. I understood that she was a first-time mom, but I kid you not, every time the baby whine or whatever, I look at the monitor, I go assess the situation. I didn't just go in there, just get her up. I tried to continue to follow her method, but every time that I moved, she was right there. Every time the baby would whine or sneeze, she was right there. She's trying to do work and I'm trying to be quiet. I took the baby in her room. We did tummy time and she was singing along with me. We were getting along great, but it just seemed like everything that I did, it wasn't right, or it wasn't to her standard, or it wasn't the way she wanted to have it done. So Wednesday, I asked her, I said, okay, how do you feel? Everything is going. And she just snapped at me. I was like, hey, how do you feel? Everything is going. Oh, it's going all right for what I can see. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just continued to play with the baby. Once I laid her down, I had already folded her clothes. It wasn't nothing for me to do, so I was finding stuff for me to do. She's not at the age to where I can just prepare arts and crafts for when she wake up, or, do this type of finger paint. She wasn't at that age yet, so I was getting the Swiffer, sweeping the floor. She had towels in there. I don't do towels, but I folded her towels. If it's pertaining to children, then I'll do it. But if it's not pertaining to children, that's not in my job. That's not on my contract. So I just, did the towels just to kind of still break the ice a little bit. And I could tell, like, on Tuesday, me and her sat at the table and we ate lunch together and talking, just to bond, to get to know each other. Wednesday, she sat in another area, like she did not want to look at me. It was awful, and I just felt that. And us as nannies, we have that intuition. We have that feeling when something isn't right and when something is not going to work. Any nanny out there, micromanagement is not good. Any parent out there, if you can't trust me to change your child, if you can't trust me to play with your child when you're at home, like, you don't need a nanny. You do not need a nanny. I know it's very scary, and you don't know us and you're trying to get to know us. It's very scary for us too. We have to get to know you. We have to get to know the baby's personality. We got to get to know the father. When y'all have those grandparents come in town, it's a big adjustment for us as well. But I think it's mainly bigger for us because we're not really family. We're like the outsider coming in, taking care of these children. So by Wednesday, she kind of pulled back and let us do our own thing. But I can still see that she was critiquing everything that I did. Everything that I did was not to her standard. And she saw my qualification. She saw how many years I've done this. She saw all of my recommendation letters. I never had a complaint or a bad review, even when I did backup care. Never in my life. I never started with a family and then by the third day, they was like, oh, we're going to terminate your contract effective immediately. And I'm like, whoa, like effective immediately? Like, you would think that I had did something, to the baby, but the baby was so calm and collect with me. We bonded. We had that connection. She did not cry. The only time she cried is if she was wet or if she was hungry. And I picked up on those cues really quickly. And Mom every time, well, how did you know that she was hungry? Well, I realized that she eats around every 2 or 2.5 hours, and her last feeding was 1:30, and it's about to be 3 o'clock. So I think she's hungry. I already checked her diaper, so we ruled that out. I already checked to see if she had any scratches, bumps, bruises. I checked that off. So the only possible thing could be wrong is she's hungry. She wouldn't lay down for her nap. I was holding her, rocking her, trying to soothe her. But I also remember that she said she liked for her child to self-soothe. So I'm not going to begin to just hold her and rock her to sleep and lay her down if that's not what y'all are doing. That's going to mess up the whole, rotation and scheduling. So, yeah, that didn't work. And when I left, because I have slippers, I don't wear my shoes in the house, and I don't like to walk around the house with no shoes or just socks on because they had wooden floors and I didn't want to slip or anything. So I had bought some brand new slippers, and Monday Dad was like, yeah, you can leave your slippers here. So I left my slippers there, and I kid you not, before I left, I just kept hearing, take your slippers with you. But I didn't do it. No, I'll be in tomorrow. I had like my lunch bag. I had my bag in my hand. So my hands was kind of full, and I was, trying to go ahead and go. And then another thing, she let me go. I was supposed to get off at 5. She let me go around 4 o'clock. And I was like, that's super early. What's going on? Are you okay? And she was like, oh, you can go ahead and go. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, are you sure? You don't need me to do anything, because I'm here till 5 o'clock and it's a little early. And she was like, oh, no, that's fine. You can go ahead and go. Thank you for all your help you did today. And I could tell with that smile and that look on her face that it was just like, no, like, get out of my house, go. And I felt some type of way because I felt like I wasn't treated fairly. I'm like, I came in, I did what you asked me to do, and your baby was happy. Now, I could see if I came in and the baby was just screaming from 9 o'clock all the way to 4 o'clock, and I just couldn't get the baby calm. That was not the case. So I was very lost and appalled of what was going on, and then I didn't even have the energy to say, hey, what's going on? Because I, let her know before, I'm a very communicative person and I'm very teachable. I'm not coming in here saying I know everything because, like I say, every family runs their home different and every family raise their child different. So she told me I can go ahead and leave. So I just got in my car. And when I got in my car, I just had this feeling like, yeah, you're going to get a text message or an email. And I just kept looking at my phone. I just kept refreshing my emails. Seriously, you guys, I just had this feeling. because it wasn't the same vibe or the same energy as we had on Monday when I first started. Like, we were all ready to go. We were so eager. We was like, yeah, we can't wait till she get 5 months and 6 months, and she get to start trying all these different foods and just seeing what she's allergic to, and then also going to libraries and stuff like that. So we was thinking ahead, and everything was so different. Like, for Monday, I really believe it was Tuesday when I was late. So note to self and note to anybody else out there, don't be late. I try my best not to be late. If you have to, just leave like 15-20 minutes early. And if you just get there on that side of time or on that side of town early, get yourself some coffee, relax a little bit. It's better early than late. And that's what I always tell my people when I'm sending them on trial dates, get there early. And which I would have got there like 5 minutes early if that traffic if that traffic didn't happen, and it was no other way that I can detour to get to them. So yeah, that Wednesday I was home. It was like 6:30. The husband called me. He was like, yeah, we're gonna terminate it. And yeah, and I didn't have no energy or anything to say, oh, what happened, why, I wasn't gonna beg for it because I didn't feel wanted, not wanted. I just didn't feel like it was a right fit. It wasn't the right timing. I wasn't the right nanny for them. I wasn't what they need. So it's best that, they did do it that way. And, I hope and pray that they find what they're looking for. And I hope and pray, and I know I will find my next family. So that was just a story time on what happened. Micromanagement is not cool. Like, no one can work with somebody hovering over them all day, critiquing them, watching everything that they do. If that was the case, I would have still stayed in the daycare. I would have still been working in early child care, because you got state, you got sanitation, you got the director, you got your co-teacher, just so many people just over you, hovering over you. And that's another reason why I just decided to get my own business, So that micromanagement, first-time parent syndromes, and I know a lot of first-time parents, but half of them are not nearly like that. Like, you're there with me. I'm not going to hurt your child. I'm not going to harm your child. You did my background check, Never had any problem with anybody saying their child got hurt, got abused, or had to go to the hospital. And I've been doing nanny work for 18 years. So best of luck to them. Best of luck to me. So I will still be coming with some content. Right now I'm doing like some backup care. Maybe I will probably see if I can get some clips while I'm doing backup care. Right now I'm doing some backup care for a set of quads. So it's 4 little babies, and they're so cool. They're so sweet, and I just love to sit there and cuddle with them. So hopefully I can get some clips of that. And y'all, let me tell you one thing. Now, I know I had nails and they were long, but I can work with nails. But when I went there, my nail appointment wasn't until like the week after I had started, and I was going to get my nails cut down, but they were so long. But I kept working with the baby, and I just didn't feel right. I just felt like I couldn't pick her up and stuff like that. So I went ahead and I took my nails off. Like, I took my nails off. Like, I took my nails off that Tuesday, and I get there that Wednesday, and you gonna let me go? Like, and then I cancel my nail appointment. I'm like, you gonna let me go like that? I just took my nails off. But you know what? It's all good. I will get them back on after I, get my next family, see what age group. And at one point, I tell you, I really did not want to work with babies again. That really, like, I was just like, no, like, this is too much. Like, what? I never, and nothing bad about them. It's just that we just didn't click. Me and the parents just didn't click. You know, I love the agency. She's still willing to work with me. And that's one thing I love and like about this person. She's still willing to work with me. She stood up for me, and she just didn't take their word like, oh, she did that? Oh, what? Oh, we're not working with her. She did not say that. She called me. We talked about everything. I told her my side. She told me their side. And when it really boils down to it, it was just really me being late. So, yeah. So hopefully I'll get some clips when I'm working with the quads. I probably won't put them on camera because I don't know, but I don't think this family mind their kids being on any type of social media, but we'll see. And I hope that this video helps someone out. Remember, when you go to a family, if it doesn't feel right after you get in there, it's okay. It's okay to sit down with them and tell them, hey, you know, I thought we would be good together, but I just, you know, I'm just not feeling it right now. Be open with the parents, because that's how I am. I'm very open, whatever I say, but you have to make sure you say it in a good way. You can't be too bossy. You can't be too direct with the family, because remember, at the end of the day, they're still your employer. So you still have to be mindful of how you say stuff and when you say stuff. So when he called, I just didn't say anything. I just said, okay, thank you so much. And, you know, he asked me my address to send me my slippers, because I want my slippers. I just bought those slippers. Like, I need my slippers. So, yeah. So right now, I'm still doing backup care. I'm going to continue to try to build up my business to get my name out. I also have a vacation coming in about a week or two. So hopefully, if I do find somebody, that it won't start to after I leave vacation. And who knows, when I go on vacation, I might do a little video here and there to show you how some of us nannies vacation and what we do on vacation. So that's all I have for right now. Not hopefully, I will come back another day this week. You're seeing this on Monday, so I'll probably be back Wednesday with another video for you guys. Hopefully I can get some clips of me doing some backup care with the quadruplets, and whatever you want to see next or whatever you want me to talk about, just leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share my video to some of your friends. If you are nannies out there, let's collab together. Let's interact and let's just talk and let's just see what's going on. If you want to leave me like a message, you can email me at latasha@openheartnannyagency.com, or follow me on my Instagram at openheartnannyagency. Instagram, and then or Facebook, Open Heart Nanny Agency on Facebook. Thank you all. Hope you have a great and wonderful day, and happy Nanny Appreciation Week. Bye.